Thank you, Dean Miller, for that excessively gracious introduction. I will now need a larger hat. It's great to be back here. First thing, I know we've done it, but good for you. Good for you, come on. You went to a superb university. You started something, you finished. You now earn the right to say so. Let's also give a hand to the people who paid your tuition. I don't know you personally, but just looking at you, I'm so proud of you. How awesome. Okay, I guess I have to talk a little bit about myself. I've written 50 books that have been published. That is not relevant to you. What may be relevant is that before breaking in as a novelist, I wrote 9 books that did not get published. After winning a literary award in college that got me thinking I was God's gift to American literature. Not quite. Won the award 1972. First novel published 1985. Even you humanity majors can do the math. Including myself. So what happened for 13 years? As Dean Miller has mentioned, for 13 years, I sat in my garage from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. typing away. I'd like to emphasize this was an unfinished garage. I shared the space with spiders and the occasional bat, which is great atmosphere for a crime writer. During those nights of self-doubt, I wrote fiction and garnered enough rejection slips to paper a large, gloomy house. So basically, for 13 years, I was a failed novelist. A great marriage, terrific kids, and a good day job as a professor of pediatrics and psychology helped prop up my self-esteem. But still, no getting around it. Failed novelist. So what was the difference between the books that got published and those that didn't? Had you asked me 40 years ago, I wouldn't have known. Now I know. The failed novels weren't good enough. There was no grand conspiracy to keep me out of publishing. When I finally wrote something good enough, it got published. That doesn't mean I got a lot of money for my first novel. I was not good in math either, but I could do the calculation. It came out to $3 an hour. Could have flipped burgers and done better. Despite that, I was thrilled. After all those years of abject failure, and some of those rejection slips were mean, I was now a writer and not a deluded psychotic. $3 an hour. I figured, okay, this writing deal isn't a serious job, might be a fun hobby. If I can afford to take the time, perhaps I can write a book every so often. Then something strange happened. The book became a bestseller. No one was more surprised than I, except for my publisher. I said, maybe I'll try another one a little sooner. Back to the garage, the spiders, the bats, and the occasional owl. Number 2 became a bestseller. 3, 4, and so on, all due to word of mouth, to the kindness of strangers who appreciated what I was trying to do. I tell you this to illustrate the educational value of failure. Meaningful success, not flash-in-the-pan success, not internet influencer success. Meaningful success takes time. No one is entitled to it. For that matter, no one's really entitled to happiness. In this country, you are entitled to the pursuit of happiness, but not a guaranteed outcome. Stuff happens. I got cancer when I was 39 years old. You cope, you move on, you persevere. So find something you like and work really, really hard at it. Show up on time. You guys know this, but I'll tell you anyway. Do your best, maintain a good attitude. Don't expect to get anything you don't earn. Now, I'm going to say a little bit more on the pursuit of happiness. Unless you're a psychopath, I promise you that the greatest satisfaction you'll achieve in your lives will be based on the quality of your relationships. I have been married for 46 years to a brilliant, beautiful, wonderful woman. There is no way I could have accomplished what I have without her, without the security of a loving relationship, which allowed me to concentrate on getting the job done. So value your relationships and nurture them. How to do that? Here's where my academic training and my PhD in psychology comes in. I'm going to give you some wisdom gleaned from decades of sophisticated psychological research. Be nice. Be nice. Nice people generally don't finish last. They finish happiest. That may sound obvious, but we seem to be living in perverse, not so nice times when being edgy, aggressive, inappropriately assertive, being a badass has become praiseworthy. A true badass isn't someone you want to hang out with. Certainly don't want to live with them. And if you're not a true badass, don't pretend to be one. It's silly. Be generous. Be giving. Be courteous. Learn to compromise. Compromise doesn't mean becoming a doormat. Stick up for yourselves and for your principles, but do it with grace. You guys are all going to live to 100. Make your personal world a nicer place. Now go have some fun. You earned it.